Here's what I'm going to tell you, Phil. We were talking about trades and stuff, and you were upset. And I'm going to quantify this because I watched, and it's on YouTube. It went viral. You went nuts on a newspaper reporter who threw this innuendo that there was going to be a trade straight up for Callahan of the New York Rangers and for Marty St, right? And then if you listen to the total interview, the rant of Phil Esposito, he'll say, I'm not saying that a trade couldn't take place because general managers talk all the time. And I got a great memory, ladies and gentlemen, and you can go on there and verify that. He said, what pisses me off, in other words, he said, is that he's saying that it's going to be straight up Marty St. for Callahan, and there's no way that's going to happen. And you were 100% accurate. Perry, what happened in that trade? And then Phil can...
All I can say is, at some point that was an early discussion, and Phil was right, but Steve Yzerman pulled off one of the greatest trades I've ever seen. He can only trade with one team. He managed to get a player, a prospect. He did unbelievable.
Because Phil was correct. There was no way Marty was going to go straight up for Callahan.
Mm-hmm. But that's not half the story, Frank. The fact that Martin St. Louis held his general manager to make that kind of a deal with a gun to his head is something I didn't know was a part of Martin St. Louis' character nor his ability. To me, he was always such a great little guy, and he must have really gone after Yzerman when Yzerman didn't pick him, and Yzerman was only one of 5 or 6 guys, did not pick him for the Canadian national team in the Olympics. He got so upset, he went over to Sochi on the 2nd pick and got 0 goals and 0 assists.
Okay, well, Billy, also, you know, I don't know, Phil, did you say that some of the, what's the word I'm looking for? Some of the resentment or some of the misunderstanding or some of the argument goes back to 2009? Did I misunderstand with Martin St. Louis?
I've been able to find out that the previous general manager, Brian Lawton, told a couple of people that in 2009, Marty requested a trade to New York. That's where he wanted to go, and of course they didn't do it.
So this goes back to 2009. You know, you're talking 5 years.
Oh, let me finish. I'm shocked about this. This is, Billy's right. I am shocked about this. I can't believe that Marty took it that far because he wasn't picked in the 2010 first and then the 2014 Olympics. In the first place, the coach Babcock did not want him, and that's a fact. So,
any reason? He just felt was it
I don't
personality, age, or he didn't fit the way that he was putting the team together, Mr. Babcock?
I don't know, don't care. That's Babcock did what he thought was right. They did what and they won. They lost. We could have cut them up a little bit, but they won. No,
I thought. You know, listen, I'm a big fan of Team Canada. I thought they were the best team on the planet. You know, I never seen a team that good in my life. I think that any NHL team any franchise was salivating at looking at that super team, that super spectacular team on the ice is just absolutely magnificent. And when the Olympics started, we had discussed that we felt that the only liability that we had in the bank account is we had huge amounts of money in the bank account as far as what was on the front, but the defensive, the goaltending was not as powerful. But I thought every aspect of that team was a super team.
Can I just interject here?
Tracy.
Okay, let Tracy.
You talked for an hour before. We'll just go. Tracy, you have any thoughts on what we're talking about?
You know, I'm listening to what everyone's saying, and obviously we're all going to have an opinion. But at the end of the day, it's the last couple of days has been full of emotions, not only for the players but for the fans. I mean, a lot of them were just in shock, I think, for a couple of the trades. And you know what? As the old saying goes, some of the best deals are the ones that were not made.
You're probably right, Tracy. And Marty St. Louis, by the way, wrote a letter to the fans here, apologizing and saying that he's sorry that he had to leave. But a lot of people are kind of upset because he left his team sort of, you know, in a playoff hunt. And he made the statement that he's going to a better team.
That's horrible.
But I know, Phil, I agree with a lot of what you say, and Bill, what you say, but I believe this guy gave his heart and soul to the organization.
Yeah, but
he was told...
I didn't say that, Barry.
No, what I'm saying is he's being portrayed as a suck, as a me-first guy, totally into himself, and everyone's against the guy. When
I happen to know, he and I talked, he wanted to go to New York mostly because of his family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I don't see what's wrong with that.
What Phil's saying is that some people feel that he's left the team in a lurch because they're on a playoff hunt.
Fans are. Me,
that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fans, not the management. I'm talking the fans where there's emotion, and that's all they. To be a fan, it's all about emotion, Phil. It's all marketing is all emotion, right?
In 1975, when I got traded to the Rangers. Had I had the opportunity to be an unrestricted free agent, I would have definitely gone back and signed with the Bruins. Or I had the opportunity. And I went to the general manager at the time, which was Emile Francis, right off the bat and asked him to trade me back. Then I went to Fergie and asked him to trade me back because I didn't want to be in New York at the time, and then it turned out to be one of the best times of my life.
Yeah, but Phil, you're a guy's guy. You got along good in the dressing room. I remember the first time I met you when I was a kid, and I walked in the dressing room. You owned the dressing room. Everybody was your friend, and you were a leader. And I think the reason you were traded to New York was because, anyways, egos are a major.
What I'm saying is, Martin St. That's what he wanted in his life. He's a very lucky guy that in this day and age, you can get to choose and still get paid $6 or $7 million and go where you want to go.
Phil, is there any truth? The other day we did a show and there was some speculation that Marty was a bit of a whiner. I'm just telling you, I'm regurgitating. Don't get pissed off at me. That he had some problems in the dressing room, and that because he was unhappy since 2009, he was kind of taking it out on in the dressing room. Is there any truth in that, or is that a bullshit?
No truth to that at all. Marty gave his, I don't know, I forget, Perry I think said it, he gave his heart and soul to the organization. It didn't matter what was going on off the ice.
So, you know, this is an era. Phil's in it playing in an era where the owners ruled the players.
Well,
the
players
had no say.
Tony Ambrosio was here, and he was saying that Marty was his information from people. Billy, you were part of that show. Tony Ambrosio was saying that from what he heard from people, gossip, and they were saying that Marty was very disgruntled from 2009, and he was very. Do you guys remember that show or not? Do you guys remember that Tony said that, or did I?
I remember him saying that, and I never had that impression of him, and I'm not.
I'm just regurgitating. I don't know it. I'm totally oblivious to that.
At some point, the full story will come out, but the bottom line is, as I was going to say,
right.
Phil plays in an era where the players had no rights at all. The owners control the players. Now the players control the owners because the players have astronomical contracts, no trade clauses.
Well, that's what Phil's saying. If he had a chance to be a free agent, he would have controlled his own destiny. That's what you just said, yes or no, Phil?
Yeah, I would have. I would have been able to control my own destiny, but the fact was that once we got into it, and once I got into New York and everything else, I loved it.
So let me ask you this question, everybody on this panel. Do you think now this trade in 2014, was it a 50-50 split, the player and the management that kind of worked together for the trade, or was it just management who said, fuck it, I'll do whatever I want to do, and like in the olden days or like in the Hollywood movies, somebody get traded, they were shocked. You were shocked when you got traded, right, Phil?
Oh, absolutely. Marty had a no trade, no movement clause. For him to be moved, he had to be part of the thought, and his agent, Lou Gross. Steve Bartlett was... Yzerman was given permission by Glenn Sather way back, might have been even before the Olympics, to talk to Steve Bartlett about Callahan.
And Steve Bartlett was trying to get more money for Callahan. Callahan was given a great contract. He chose to turn it down.
But
I don't know why he turned it down. It was an astronomical contract he was going to get paid, and he wanted more.
So who won on this deal? Did the Rangers win or the Tampa Lightning win?
You can't call on that right away, Frank. Honestly, you can't.
Okay.
And the reason
Can I tell you something? I'll call it, and then I could be wrong.
Okay,
I think
wait
the
a
Rangers
minute.
won. The Rangers won because Marty St. is a great player, and I think the Rangers won big time. And he's going there with a full heart, not with a sad heart, a heavy heart, or a sad heart. He's going there with a full heart. He's happy. He's going, and I think that the Rangers won hands down on this deal.
Well, you're full of shit as usual.
I think you're dead nuts wrong.
Okay, well, both of you guys can dial my 1-800 number, right? It's toll free.
1-800 kiss my ass. Is that it?
That's better than your.
I'm trying not to swear because I was trying. So Tracy, who got the short end of that stick on that deal? Who got the short end of the deal?
You don't know yet.
Oh, it's the players. I mean, I think management's going to, put the players that they want where they want to put them because at the end of the day, they want to win more than the players. It's all about money.
So I'm full of shit because I say the Rangers got the best end of the deal because Marty's going there, Phil? Is that what you're saying?
Wait. First off, the Lightning get a first-round pick and a second-round
Which is an unproven. It's theory. It's like saying you're going to invent the cure for cancer. It's unproven.
break. Come on.
Yeah, come on, Frank. This thing.
When you get a first-round pick, sometimes it works out and sometimes it don't.
I'm saying this guy.
Shit. Sometimes it works out. No, boy, is that a clever.
You know what, Phil? When I see you Sunday, I'm saying bring your water wings, you son of a bitch. I'm going to kill you.
You better be able to swim fast in those ponds with the fucking.
Yeah, I got to fucking put one of those flamingos up your ass, you.
Don't get too excited. He won't show up.
No, he'll show up. He's a man of his word. So okay, we'll voice a reason here, and then I got the he should be Italian. Anytime there's a winning team, that's where he's going to go. You should be a fascist.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Feels right.
Feels right.
I
Why don't you chase him around like the dog on Bugs Bunny?
All right, enough of you, okay?
Okay, well,
all right.
No, it's all about me.
The best. I know it's all about you.
I'll give you a Nancy Grace, you son of a bitch.
All right.
How could you tell about a trade? First off, if the Lightning don't sign Callahan,
there you go.
I think there's a big problem.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
I don't know. I don't care. I'm just telling you in the short term, I think that the New York Rangers got the upside on this.
Short term, absolutely. He's 38 years old. He's got 2 years left.
In the short term, he's gonna be a decent spark plug for this season.
I haven't seen Callahan play with the Lightning yet.
We'll see what happens.
Callahan was the captain of the team. They loved them there. Marty St. comes in there. It's a huge upgrade because he just brings something that, I said it yesterday, he brings something that team is lacking. Number one, it's the absolute passion, the passion that he has.
I agree with you about the short term, but when you say that, you don't know about a trade until.
Okay, well, in the short, let me qualify and quantify. In the short term, the New York Rangers have the upside on this deal.
As it looks, because Marty St. is a 29-goal scorer already, 62.
That's my point, but you guys jump all over me. You're full of shit. You know what you're talking about. Now I have numbnuts. I don't know what he called me. What did Billy Waters say to me about my...
What?
What did you say, Billy, about when I said that? What did you call me? You're dead nuts? Oh, dead nuts wrong.
That's wrong. Nothing to do with you.
I think you're wrong, and it's absolutely terrible what you're saying.
He's
terrible.
He's trying
Come
to
on.
use my thing.
It's terrible.
We got Charles Barkley. Every time we say terrible, he says, terrible knucklehead, terrible. Anyways.